Hi, I'm Poppy.
Hi, I'm Joel.
Hi, I'm Leah.
And today we're talking about love.
Am I? I don't know yet.
So many people have different expectations of what they think love is. It's very kind of hard to define. But how do you think the reality of being in a relationship kind of matched up with that?
I think you can look at adults when you're younger and think that, oh, someone must have taught them the way to do this and the way to have a relationship. But no one does that. Like, you've got to find your own way in a relationship and to just basically, it depends on the person. You've got to bounce off of them and sort of between you come up with sort of the way that what works, yeah.
I think you do have to talk to people, like outside of, in your friendship group about it, but not too much. You just end up talking to your friends about your relationship and everyone's got an opinion. I think it's important to balance those with your own thoughts, unless there's something quite seriously going on.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to interfere with relationships, but they're not in it. It's just you and the other person, so.
Yeah, and as long as you're respecting the other person in that relationship, then
And they're respecting you, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
What are some kind of feelings, kind of initial feelings that you had in your kind of first relationships?
Feeling a bit claustrophobic or trapped by the other person, because I'm quite independent and like my own space. So then having someone else constantly there, constantly wanting to hang out and texting and things like that. For me, I had to learn, actually, I need to change a little bit to, give a bit more, but equally, they had to learn to ease off a little bit.
It's definitely good to like communicate these things and keep like talking to each other and making sure
Yeah,
both
I think
people are
communication
happy.
is key.
100%. That is what I've learned overall of every relationship. Talk.
But yeah, you were talking about kind of feelings of potentially feeling a bit clingy in your relationship or the other person feeling clingy. And sometimes when you're in a relationship, you can often kind of get a bit obsessed by that person and kind of forget about friends and families and other stuff you
it's
do.
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, we often have that with mutual friends when they've got in relationships and we're like, they
good
don't
line.
see me anymore.
You've lost them, they're off the map.
And I think that's a really important thing to do, is to keep seeing your friends.
Definitely.
I don't know why people do it. It must just be, like you said, getting obsessed with that one person.
People end up getting into relationships and then sharing the same circle of friends. So then if that relationship was to ever end, it puts so much pressure on the friendship circle because it's like taking sides. Who do I like more? And I was her friend before they got together, and that is so stressful. Have your own friends, have your own life outside of your relationship, and then respect the relationship and respect each other's friendships and space, I think.
So it's important as well to have kind of realistic expectations from the other person, as you're both human, you both have stuff going on, so it's not always going to be amazing and happy and perfect all the time.
No. I think relationships can go through seasons, and just because it might be going through, like, maybe it's a little bit of a rough patch, but that doesn't mean that the relationship shouldn't work necessarily, unless there's something majorly wrong. It's just, that's a natural part of it. And it might just be as simple as someone's not got as much time anymore to go on dates and things like that. But I think as long as you address it and communicate with each other, it's not going to last forever. It's just, as long as you're talking about it.
And you have to remember that they don't necessarily know what you're feeling. If you're not kind of expressing it and you're keeping it all inside, then it can be quite hard for them maybe to read and to know whether you're okay or whether you're not.
Definitely.
So, what are your top 3 tips for being happy in a relationship?
What do you think?
Top tip number 1
Yeah.
has got to be
Communicate.
communicate,
Yeah.
definitely. Communication is key.
Yeah.
The key to every relationship, not just romantically, friendships, work, everything.
I think another one that I would say is about the friends. I think that's really important, to keep having your own circle of friends. Don't abandon your friends as soon as you get into a relationship.
Don't abandon the rest of your life and drop everything.
No.
You know when you start saying no to hobbies because you've got a boyfriend? No. Go swimming.
Go horse riding.
Go horse riding.
Yeah.
Don't not go.
What's your third tip?
The third tip is just to enjoy it, I think. You've got to enjoy it. You've got to...
What's the point if you're not enjoying it?
What's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
Thank you very much for coming in.
No worries.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.